sightseeing.
So guys, this is Kemi and I have my sister's camera right now. So basically I'm waiting in the car. As you can see, nobody else is in the car. My parents went on a walk, my sister went to go get her nails done, and my brother, like, he's in the house. So I'm just waiting in the car. I'm going on my phone on TikTok and stuff. Oh, that's my sister coming. Okay, I'm gonna turn this off. Bye y'all.
You guys are walking so far. Reminds me so much of Paradise. Just look. Because we were. Hello guys, we are in Milan as you have seen from the clips, and I haven't done much talking, so I decided to do a get ready with me in Milan in this gorgetastic bathroom that we got going on here. So this is the cutie patootie mirror, and the bigger mirror, my makeup bag, then you know, just the bathroom, whatever. So I decided to do this chit-chat get ready with me. That way I can tell you guys about the absolute craziness that we went through getting to this point. I just need to figure out where to put y'all because I'm like, okay, wait, that actually works. Okay, period. So I've had this trip planned since October, and this trip was a huge 2-week, hold on, I just want to put on moisturizer 1 second. So this is the Doe Air Angel. Love Doe. I love all their products. I'll recommend them to anyone because they are just that amazing. But anyways, back to the trip. One last family vacation before my brother goes off to medical school this fall. So I planned this trip back in October with my mom, and we booked our ticket through Scandinavian Airlines. And I didn't have like any sort of problem with Scandinavian Airlines, but now I kind of do. Like now I would be kind of hesitant to book with them again. So just to be clear, I found the flight on Google Flights, but then I ended up booking the ticket through Expedia because my mom always books her travels through there, so she has like a lot of like rapport with them, so we usually book our trips through them because their customer service has always been great. So they sent a couple emails like talking about flight time changes, but none of them were for the flight time that we had, the flight leaving from New York. They were all about the flights from our stop in Copenhagen to Milan or our return from Milan to New York. So I didn't think anything much of those changes. Like I didn't amend anything because I looked and I saw in the emails like nothing was changing to when we were going to leave for the trip. So I was like, it's fine, everything's fine. And in my head, I had thought that we were leaving JFK at 11:55 p.m. That was what was showing up in my calendar. That was what was on all of the email threads, even like the updated change, whatever. Like all of them were still showing that we were going to leave JFK at 11:55. So fast forward to when we're supposed to leave, the day that we're supposed to leave, family was still packing because they were like, oh, the flight leaves at 11. We're gonna leave home at like 8 or 7. We're gonna leave home at 7, 8. We're gonna make it to the flight and everything's gonna be fine. We get a call from Scandinavian Airlines at 4:40 something being like, oh, like, are you our family name? Are you the Kebaso family? And we're like, yes. And they're like, you're the last people to board the flight. And we're like, what do you mean we're the last people to board the flight? The flight leaves at 11:55. And he's like, no, the flight leaves at 5:10. And we're like, when I heard that, like my mom got the call and then she's talking to me, she's like, oh, Mariana, this guy's not actually, he's saying we're supposed to leave at 5:10. My stomach dropped. Like it was insane. Like that was the craziest, like the most like heart-dropping experience that I've had in my short-lived life. Like there are few things that have like physically made me have a reaction, and that was one of them. And it was just insane. But anyways, and I'm like, it is 4:40 something. We're sitting at home 2 hours, 2.5, 3 hours away from the airport, and we're supposed to be there for a flight that leaves in literally 20 minutes. I'm like, okay, this wouldn't even be possible even if we lived in the city, because even if you live in Manhattan, it's still like a minimum 30 minutes, even sometimes an hour Uber or taxi or whatever into the airport, unless you're taking the train, which I think is faster. But I was like, still, like, there's no way we're gonna make this flight. And so we're telling the guy, we're like, we did not know. Like, we thought the flight is supposed to leave at 11:55. And he's like, oh, there was a flight change back in December. And you should have received an email about that, blah, blah, blah. But we're like, I'm looking at my emails. I'm like, no, I did not receive an email saying that the flight time was changing from New York to Milan. So I'm frantic. We're calling Scandinavian Airlines. Scandinavian Airlines is like, oh, you need to call Expedia because you looked through them. So we call Expedia, we explain everything that happened. We're like, this was genuinely like, we did not receive the email and we missed our flight. Like, is there anything that you can do? And luckily we found the most amazing person on Expedia, because originally, like, if we were taking Scandinavian Airlines word like at face value, Scandinavian was saying that there was no refund. Like, they were saying no refund, no rebooking, no travel credit, like no nothing. Like, just you were gonna take the L for not receiving an email that was supposed to be sent to you, because that's kind of important. Like, a time change is kind of an important email to send to someone who's traveling. So the guy at Expedia was so nice because he was able to get us a refund, and he was able to also try to help us rebook our flight. Now, unfortunately, he wasn't seeing the flight that we wanted, because I still wanted to go on the trip. I was like, okay, we missed the flight, but if there's like a viable option now that we've gotten a refund and it's not like crazy expensive, which it wasn't. It was actually a little bit not cheaper, but it was like a tad bit more expensive, but not like what you would expect for a literal next day flight. And so I was like, okay, we're booking the next day flight and we're out of here. Like, we're going on this trip no matter what. That was the plan. We booked the tickets. We were gonna go. Everything was fine, right? So our ticket was for the next day at 5 p.m. And then I decided, hey, I want to go get my nails done. I want to go get my toes done. and I don't know what possessed me, like what spirit possessed me and said, Mariana, you can get your hands and your feet done in less than 2 hours. But like, I don't know what I was thinking, but that just was not the case. So I got to the nail salon at 10:30 and I needed to be out of there at 12, and that was just not the case. I finished my nails at like 12:00 something, and then by the time I got home, it was like 12:15, but we wanted to leave home at 12 o'clock on the dot. So we'd get to New York by like 2:33, and we'd have time to check in and, you know, go about our time slowly. But because I was late and then we had to gas and everything, like it just compiled on top of everything, we ended up getting to the airport at like 3:30. Our flight leaves at 5 o'clock on the dot. And then the security line at New York was crazy. Like it was wrapping around. Like this is, I'm not even doing my makeup anymore because I'm just reminiscing on the craziness that has occurred, because it has been in fact crazy. So we get to the airport, there's a long security line, but we're like, okay, it's moving and we're gonna have to wait through it anyways, because like you have to get through security before you can get on your flight. Like, but I heard that they were calling like for flights that were leaving soon. They would like be like, oh, is anyone on this flight? And then they'd fast track them through security. And luckily our airline was really nice. We flew Neos airline and they were really nice. They were able to help fast track us also through security and get to our flight as boarding had just started. Like we didn't even know we're the last ones to board. Like we were still relatively good on time. Like we got to the airport, everybody made it, we didn't miss our flight, and it was still just like the craziest experience ever. Quite literally, like, I don't want to say the worst experience that I've had, but I am like a type A organized like person, and the fact that like I made so many like just mistakes and like discrepancies within such short periods of time, like forgetting to look at the time on the boarding pass because I did not check the time on the boarding pass. I just checked in and I assumed, you know, all the emails prior have been saying we're leaving at 11:55, so that's the time we're leaving at. I did not look at the time. None of like my siblings or parents or anyone looked at the time on the boarding pass. We all just took my word for it because I am like 99% always right. And so it was just a crazy experience. And then, you know, the discrepancy with my nails, thinking that I can get my nails done and still make it to the airport with plenty of time, when that was just simply not the case. Like we made it to the airport, but it was a crazy stressful experience getting there. Like 10 out of 10 would not recommend get your nails done before you leave. Like I always get my nails done like a couple days, sometimes even a week before I go. But for some reason for this trip, like I've just, well, it's probably because I did this trip like a week after finals ended. So I was just like recuperating from finals. Like I was even, mom was just calling me for dinner. She's wondering what our dinner plans are. But anyways, so it has just been a crazy experience getting into Milan, but we're here and I have really enjoyed Milan so far. Jesus Christ. I'm trying some new makeup products right now. So I will let you guys know how I like them with an updated makeup routine, but I'm trying the Charlotte Tilbury setting spray because people rave about it, but my makeup is still transferring. I sprayed like 6 layers of setting spray and she's still there, and that was just like a light dab. So I don't know what I'm doing wrong. Makeup's still transferring. I don't mind the transfer because it means that like the makeup is not gonna be stubborn to come off and it's gonna be easy to wash off at the end of the night, but it would be nice to find a setting spray that doesn't or can make my makeup non-transfer but still make my makeup easy to take off at night. And I'm also trying the Westman Atelier mascara. It looks really orange on camera, but the bottle is like a really bright red. Like I don't know why it looks so orange on camera, but it's like a vibrant red. I have tried some Westman Atelier product before and really liked them, and this mascara was pretty expensive, so I'm hoping she does what she needs to do, gives what she needs to give. What time is it? 6:20. Okay, we gotta go. Good thing I started my makeup early because I always think I can get my makeup done in like 15 minutes, and that is just not the case. Like I don't know where I get that confidence from, but it just simply is not the case. Anyways, I will talk to you guys later. Let me finish my makeup. We'll see you all at dinner.